Hey guys, okay, I'm not too dark in this video. Um, so I decided to do this video because originally I was going to do a video entitled Dear Straight Men, where that to me, I'm just like, well, that's terrible to put out there when really it's just things that like offend me as a lesbian. And the reason why I'm making this video is because just the other day my friend who has known me for a couple of years now, probably like 7 years, had said something offensive, and then I like got up all on her, whatever. And it was just so stupid because we don't really talk about things that offend us. And so I thought to make a list of the things that offend me as a lesbian. Now, these things are different for everybody, for every different lesbian. But here are just some things that offend me. There's about 4 or 6 things. So the first thing is comments specifically from straight men suggesting having sex with them or like a threesome. I just think that's really offensive um and just gross. Like, no. And I hate when they think too that like that would make me straight. That's not how sexualities work, okay? You don't just get with somebody and they change sexual orientation and stuff like that. Generally speaking, for me, it's not gonna work, so don't do it on me. Um, the use of the word gay. So in society, we have, especially in North America, I don't know if you guys say this anywhere else, but in North America, there's a phrase that we say all the time, and we say, "Oh, that's so gay," as in like that's so lame, is how I have heard it used, and I just think that's really offensive because I think if we're gonna have these terms and labels, we should be using them correctly. So even though I'm not gay, I am a lesbian. I'm a woman who likes other women. Um, it's still just offensive to the community, I think. Again, personal opinion. The other thing is the questions that ask who the more masculine one is in the relationship. So oftentimes so many people will say, "Who's the man in the relationship?" or "Who wears the pants?" Okay, the whole thing is that there is no man in the relationship. If I wanted that, I would have been bisexual or straight, but I don't. So please don't say it. Um Oh, another thing that they can say that I think is offensive is who wears the strap on. I'm just throwing that one out there. Or who's the top. That's another one out there too. So top would be like the dominant one. And the thing is, in lesbian relationships, there sometimes is a more dominant woman in the relationship, but that doesn't mean that she's like the masculine one or she's taking the role of a man and stuff like that. So you can have like even two bottoms in a relationship and two femmes in a relationship, and then there's no masculinity and stuff like that. So there's that. Um, the other thing that I don't really like is if anybody were to say anything that has to do with lesbians like creating their families. So if you guys don't know, I let myself go from one of my jobs because there was a whole rumor about me and another woman having a baby together. And to me, like, that whole thing was very offensive because as a lesbian, creating your family is difficult if that's what you choose to do. Um, it's just kids are expensive as is, like, just straight up kids. Anybody who has kids knows they're expensive as is, but as a same-sex relationship, in a same-sex relationship, it's even more complicated because if you're doing, like, IVF or whatever other forms there is to actually carry your child, that's $1,000+ that you're spending on just creating your human being, your family. And then afterwards, I know in some states people have had to do a step parent adoption just because they're a same sex couple. Um, And that's even I've heard in some states, like, another $500, so or, like, 200, something it varies within states, but yeah, anything like that, as far as, like, if you say anything about, like, a lesbian couple or a gay couple or anybody really in the LGBTQ plus community creating their family, anything like that, I just think is kind of offensive if you go and spread rumors about, "Oh, these 2 people are having a baby." You don't even know the first thing that goes into what it takes for a same-sex relationship to have a baby, so please shut up. Like, it's awful because I guess switching that, if it was a straight couple and they use a cryobank to create their family, I've been told he's automatically on the birth certificate, no questions asked. And so, you know, we would have to go through it and pay more money just to this other woman is the child of my child, the child of my child, the mother of my child. And so to me, that's very offensive as well. Um, and those are just a few things that I find offensive personally that I can think of right now. I'm sure there are other things, but I think it's really important that we communicate certain things that trigger us just because it doesn't make sense to for somebody to say it and then for us to get worked up about it just because they didn't know that that was a trigger. So that's kind of why I made this video and I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I find like really offensive, but those are just like the top 5ish things that I happen to find offensive. So, anyways, this will probably be the last video of like lesbian stuff for a while. So, if you liked this video, excuse me, please give it a thumbs up. If you learned anything from this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe down below. I usually do videos about acting, babysitting, braces, which crazy. I've had these on for 6 months now, so that's kind of crazy. Halfway, not quite halfway through my treatment, I guess, because I'm in it for a year and a half. But anyway, um, yeah, that's crazy to think. So, anyways, again, hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you're staying safe out there. Um, things are changing where I am, but I'm not going to go into that. So, yeah, hope you guys have a great weekend and day, night, wherever you are. And I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. I waved right before I said bye.